In this video, we'll continue with letter multiplication and division, and we are looking at equal grouping and fair sharing problems. So, let's get the highlighter ready. Penny is having a party. She invites 4 friends over and has 12 cupcakes for them. And here's our question, our goal. How many cupcakes does each friend receive if they share the cupcakes equally? So let's draw a picture of this problem. So she has 12 cupcakes. So let's draw those. Just going to make them circles. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And she wants to share them equally with 4 friends. So notice we don't want to group these into 4s. That would be 4 cupcakes. We want to group these 12 cupcakes into 4 equal groups so that we can share them equally with the 4 friends. So there's a lot of ways we can do this, but I'm going to use the fact that these are nice numbers. And notice if I split the cupcakes in half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's 2 groups. I will have 2 groups of 6, and now I'll break these groups in half. And now I have 4 equal groups of size 3. And each friend, this will be friend 1's cupcakes, friend 2, friend 3, and friend 4. And each friend will receive 3 cupcakes. Okay. So let's write this using units. So we have 12 cupcakes. We want to divide these, and in this case we think of this as partitioning into 4 equal groups. So divide into groups for 4 friends. And our result is that each friend gets 3 cupcakes, so we're going to write this as 3 cupcakes per friend. Okay. So notice the units here, and to show you one way we could think of this as making sense in terms of units, we can also write division as a quotient in fraction form. We would write it as 12 cupcakes over divided by 4 friends. And notice we get cupcakes over friends. The 12 divided by 4 is 3, and we could think of the unit as this rate of cupcake per friend. Okay. So this helps us see the structure as well. We're dividing the cupcakes amongst the friends, and we get 3 cupcakes per friend. Let's look at the next one. Charlie is making apple pies. He has 12 apples, and he needs 4 apples per pie. And the question is, how many pies can Charlie make? So let's start by drawing 12 apples. I'm actually going to make them red so they look like apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So here are our 12 apples. Now here we know that he needs 4 apples per pie. So we can approach this a little bit differently than we did in the last one. In the last one we didn't want groups of size 4. We wanted 4 groups. But here we want groups of size 4 where each 4 is going to be for 1 pie. So this will be easier than the last one. I could just count 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. And notice I get 3 equal groups of size 4. And these 4 apples will be for our first pie, this is our second pie, and this is our third pie. Okay. And another way we can think of this, we looked at multiplication as repeated addition, we could think I start with my 12 apples. The first pie is 4 apples. I now have 8 left. I subtract another 4 and I have 4 left. And then I subtract another 4 and I have 0 apples left. And this gives me 3 pies. So now let's set this up symbolically. So we have 12 apples divided by 4 apples per pie. So I'm going to write this like this. And this gives us the result of 3 pies. Okay. Now, the units may seem a little bit tricky here. We have apples on top for both of these, okay? But they do in fact cancel out because now we're dividing, and we can see that in the structure of the problem, okay? If we wrote it as a fraction quotient, it's going to look a little bit ugly, so don't be afraid. You don't have to write it this way. And we had 4 apples per pie. Okay. What happens is 12 divided by 4 gives us 3, and apples divided by apples per pie, it's like these cancel and the pies move up to the top. Okay, I know that seems a little bit weird, and we'll talk about that more when we talk about ratios, but the result is 3 pies. Okay, so those were our equal grouping and fair sharing representations of multiplication and division. And in the next video, we're going to look at a few different types of ways we use multiplication and division.